Oh, I think it's been restored now.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Oh,
Was
that's
network.
okay. That's okay.
Yeah. So let's just introduce you to the house. Good evening, everyone from everywhere you're watching us from. This is our last section for. I think it's been restored now. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry for. So this is our last section for distinct leadership. 5. Um, I want to say thank you, Mr. Yaw, for taking out of your busy schedule to be with us today. It's honor and it's a pleasure to have you on board, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're
And
most
I
welcome.
want to say thank you to our host, Mr. Miracle Yamo, for having the initiative to lead this great movement, because I believe strongly that for a nation to be changed, when people in the nation are changed and their mind is transformed through the process of programs like this, then we would have a better nation. So thank you for putting and piecing this together as a contribution to our community society. So without wasting much of our time, I think we're just going to start with the section. So we have Mr. Yaw in the house. In the house. I think you send us a poem which you're going to be using for today presentation. I call it a presentation. So over to you, sir.
Right. Thank you so much, Olua, and thank you so much, Miracle, for the opportunity to share a few thoughts about making choices. My name is Yaw Owusu Okyere, and I'm engaging you from Accra, Ghana this evening. And thank you, audience, also for being available to listen to the few thoughts that I've got to share. To begin with, I'm going to read a poem to you, a poem that I
I'm
learned.
sorry, we cannot.
You can't hear.
Okay, yeah, we can't see you now.
You can't see me.
We are. I think that was of the network. I can see you now.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see you now.
Okay, right. So to begin with, I'm going to share or I'm going to read a poem. I'm not going to do the normal PowerPoint presentation, though. I have a speech that I'll read out, and then after that, the audience can ask questions. So to begin with, I want to read a poem to you, okay? As I show the poem, you'll not see my face, but I want you to be attentive and listen so that you get the nuggets that I'm sharing. The poem is titled The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Robert Frost is an American poet. Okay, and it goes like this. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the parson there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So that's a poem by Robert Frost. Um, it talks about choices. Robert Frost was actually wrote this poem whilst he was mocking his colleague Edward Thomas, another American poet. Whereas Edward Thomas took this poem as a very serious note to reflect and to make very serious decisions Robert Frost taught differently. So to begin with, I thought about sharing it so that you can also reflect and ponder over the poem. I'll share it with Olua and Miracle so that they can share it with you. Okay, so now I'll go directly to my speech now. Okay, so to begin with, the title is How Our Choices Shape Who We Become. Every day, we are faced with choices, some small and seemingly insignificant, others life changing. Yet, together, these decisions quietly
I
weave
think
the.
we cannot hear you.
You cannot hear me.
It's probably the network. We cannot hear
Yes,
you, Mr.
okay.
Yaw.
Let me increase my volume. Okay, I've increased my volume. I hope that you'll be able. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Olua?
Hello, Mr. Yaw.
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, while we wait for Mr. Yaw, I just want to talk about a thing regarding to the topic of today, how our choices shape on who we become, how our choices shape on who we become. So I believe we can all hear me. Please, if you're on YouTube and oh, so I believe we can.
Can you hear me? You are muted, Olua.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me? Yes, we can hear you now,
Okay. So should I continue?
but we cannot see you yet.
You can see me. My camera is on.
Do you hear me? Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. So should I go on, please? Should I go on? Should I go on, Olua? Ca-
I don't know if Mr. Yao can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
You can rejoin. You can join and join the call again.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can leave
Right.
and join again.
Okay. Let me leave and join. Okay.
Okay, while we wait for Mr. Yao, I'm just going to share a brief story in regards to the topic we are talking about today, which is how our choices shape who we become. Okay, I think Mr. Yao is back.
Right. Can you hear me now?
Okay, but I cannot hear you. I don't know why. You can hear me,
So
but I cannot hear you
let me switch my
at all.
camera off to see whether it will help with the bandwidth. I'll switch my camera off.
I don't know.
Let's see. Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me clearly?
Okay, Mr. Yao, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can. I can.
Okay. I just need to we just need to see your face because we can't see your face now. Okay, good, perfect. Thank you so much, sir. The
Okay.
network is, yeah. So you can proceed, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Right. So I will continue reading my script. Right. I'll just start. I said, every day we are faced with choices, some small and seemingly insignificant, others life changing. Yet, together, these decisions quietly weave the fabric of our character and destiny. Who we are today is a result of countless choices made in the past, and who we will become depends on the decisions we make now. Our choices reflect our values, priorities, and mindsets, choosing honesty over deceit, perseverance over comfort, or kindness over indifference strengthens the qualities that define us. Even mistakes, when faced with humility and a willingness to learn, can become stepping stones to growth. In this way, every decision, whether right or wrong, shapes our identity. Circumstances may influence us, but they do not define us. It is our response to those circumstances that truly determines our path. The freedom to choose gives us the power to design our lives, to rewrite our stories, and to become the person we aspire to be. In the end, we are the sum of our choices, not what happens to us, but how we choose to respond, act, and grow from it. So these are my initial comments. I'll move on to talk about the defining power of choice. Every human being, regardless of background, wealth, or circumstance, is faced with countless choices, daily decisions that slowly shape the story of our lives. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, we are constantly deciding what to focus on, what to believe, how to respond, and what to pursue. Though we often overlook their power, our choices are the silent architects of who we are and who we become. Jean Paul Sartre once said, "We are our choices." This simple statement captures one of life's most profound truths. While we may not control everything that happens to us, we have full control over how we respond. It is not the hand life deals us that defines us, but how we play it. Each decision, whether guided by courage or fear, love or bitterness, discipline or indulgence, subtly molds our character and determines our destiny. Throughout history and in our personal lives, it becomes evident that the course of one's life is shaped less by external forces and more by the choices one makes in response to them. When we look at individuals who have risen above adversity, a person like Nelson Mandela, we find not people who were untouched by difficulty, but people who made the conscious choice to persevere, to hope, and to grow. In essence, our choices are both mirrors and maps. They reflect who we are today and chart the direction of who we will become tomorrow. Right. So that's my first submission on the topic, the choices we make and who we become. I will continue. I just wanted you to see my face before I continue. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that is
Good.
that's a very very profound speech. So yeah, you can continue because
Okay.
I have some questions here for you
Okay.
in
Right.
regards to today's topic and theme.
Okay. Right. So I'll talk
Okay,
about
so you can.
sorry, I can go on. Okay. So I'll talk about understanding the psychology of choice. From an analytical standpoint, the act of choosing is more than a moral or philosophical exercise. It is a psychological and neurological process that directly shapes
Right.
identity. Human beings are endowed with free will, but that freedom is not absolute. Freedom definitely comes with responsibility. It is influenced by upbringing, beliefs, emotions, and social pressures. Still, how we navigate those influences determine the quality of our lives. Psychologists describe decision making as a blend of rational analysis and emotional instinct. While our rational mind weighs facts and consequences, our emotions often serve as the compass of our values. For instance, choosing kindness over resentment or discipline over comfort may not always be easy, but it is through these decisions that our true selves emerge. Repeated choices form habits, and habits over time form character. Similarly, Nelson Mandela's decision to forgive those who imprisoned him for 27 years transformed not only his own destiny, but that of a nation, South Africa. His choice to embrace reconciliation over revenge reshaped South Africa's social fabric and stands as one of history's clearest examples of moral courage. On a more ordinary level, choices shape our everyday reality in subtle but powerful ways. The decision to stay consistent in one's studies, to speak truth when it is inconvenient, or to invest time in meaningful relationships. These may seem minor, yet the accumulative effect defines our sense of integrity, confidence, and fulfillment. Each act of responsibility strengthens our character, just as each act of avoidance weakens it. Thus, the analytical perspective reminds us that our lives are not shaped by isolated events, but by the patterns of choices we make in response to those events. I'm still moving on. I'll go on further to talk about learning through choice. Hello, Oluwa. Okay, I will go on. I can see that you're back on, so I will continue. So I want to talk about learning through choice. If there is one truth that resonates deeply in human experience, it is that we grow through our choices, both the right ones and the wrong ones. I have come to realize that every season of life presents crossroads, and every decision, whether made in certainty or confusion, holds the potential to transform us. At times, we make choices that lead to success, pride, and joy. Other times, we make decisions we later regret. Yet, even in our mistakes lie lessons that shape our wisdom, resilience, and empathy. Failure, when met with reflection and accountability, becomes a teacher rather than a life sentence. The power of choice lies not only in what we decide to do, but in what we decide to learn from what we have done. Think of a young professional deciding between security and passion. The choice to follow a calling may require sacrifice, but it often leads to a deeper sense of purpose. Similarly, a student choosing to persevere through difficulty rather than giving up builds perseverance that lasts a lifetime. Even in personal relationships, choosing forgiveness over resentment or understanding over judgment expands the heart and strengthens emotional maturity. Motivationally, every person has within them the ability to reshape their life through conscious decision making. The truth is, we are not prisoners of our past choices. We are sculptors of our future ones. Every day offers a new opportunity to decide differently, to act with courage, to be kind despite provocation, and to prioritize what truly matters. When faced with uncertainty, it helps to remember that indecision is also a choice, one that often costs us more than a wrong decision ever could. Growth begins when we make choices aligned with our values, not our fears. It begins when we choose discipline over distraction and faith over doubt. These daily decisions build not just success, but character, the invisible architecture of a meaningful life. I'm going to share the last portion and then we can do questions and answers.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you can hear me properly.
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for. I believe it was a wonderful speech because the network was going on and off, so I barely grasped one or two things that you.
Okay.
But I believe the people that are streaming it online are taking advantage of the information you're sharing with them. So when you were talking, I kept on thinking about the whole concept of how our choice is shaping who we become. I don't know if you can hear me properly.
Yes, I can. Let me finish
Okay, so
then we go into the questions.
okay.
Yes. Okay. Right. So conclusion. Living intentionally through choice. Ultimately, who we become is not determined by fate, luck, or circumstance, but by a thousand small decisions made deliberately over time. Every choice, what to believe, how to act, what to pursue, and how to treat others, carves a piece of our identity. The most successful, fulfilled, and grounded people are not those who have never stumbled, but those who have consistently chosen growth over comfort, responsibility over excuses, and love over fear. The beauty of life is that we are never static. Every sunrise gives us another chance to choose better, live wiser, and love deeper. We can choose to forgive instead of holding grudges, to start again instead of giving up, and to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. When we live with such intentionality, our choices become powerful instruments of transformation. To live consciously is to recognize that every decision, even the smallest one, has a potential to shape our destiny. The way we spend our time, the words we speak, the attitudes we adopt, and the priorities we set all contribute to the person we are becoming. In the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, a former First Lady in the US, she says, in the long run, we shape our lives and we shape ourselves. The process never ends until we die, and the choices we make are ultimately our responsibility. So let us choose wisely. Let us choose to live with integrity, courage, and purpose. Let us choose to grow, to forgive, and to hope, even when life tests us. Because in the end, we are not defined by the paths we find, but by the ones we choose to walk. Thank you. Hi, Oluwa. Hello. Hello, Oluwa. Can you hear me? Hello, Oluwa. Can you hear me now?
Okay, yes, we can hear you now. So I think we would probably have to disrupting everything. I don't know if you can hear me, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. You said we'll have to do what?
Hello.
I can hear you. You said we have to do what?
I said that I'm sorry that we would have to end the section now because the network is disrupting things and we could not probably and properly, collate all of the things together. And it's a lot of distraction, but we will be having you in our subsequent conversations, sir. We are very, very sorry, and thank you so much for your time. And we are sorry for the people that are watching us from YouTube and on Facebook, on LinkedIn. We are very sorry that this section didn't go the way we planned due to some technical issues we are having from our end, and we'll definitely see you in the next section. Thank you so much again, Mr. Yao, and it's a pleasure having you here with us, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me and speak to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, sir.